Number 4 in a 4-issue limited series, the Xmen Vs The Avengers. Day of Judgment. Good evening, this is your reporter Philip Chan, and here is the news. Wanted for numerous crimes against humanity, Magneto, the infamous mutant criminal, is currently believed to be somewhere on the island of Singapore. An international team of top law enforcement officials, which includes the American-based group of adventurers known as the Avengers, has gathered here in an attempt to bring him to justice. Official sources in the Ministry of Public Defense have confirmed reports that Magneto is being held responsible for the recent destruction of a Dutch freighter in the China Sea. No lives were lost, however, thanks to the timely arrival of the Avengers. I really must salute your public relations staff, Minister, for the way they've managed to plaster Magneto's face all over the news without leaking any classified information. Mr. Ronalds, it is our distinct pleasure to aid you in your efforts to capture this mutant. What the? Sorry, sir, we couldn't keep them out. At ease, soldier, we just want to talk to your boss. Mr. Ronalds, we hear that you've been placed in charge of the international unit that's been given jurisdiction over Magneto, and we'd like some information. How dare you barge in here? We understand the need for a security lid on the fact that the asteroid which recently crashed into Campuchia was really an old orbital base once used by Magneto. But we'd still like to know what happened to the Soviet super soldiers and the X-Men after we helped rescue them both from that sinking freighter. The Soviets have returned to their homeland. As for the X-Men, they are mutants, friends of Magneto, and they're currently being held in protective custody until we can determine which charges, if any, should be filed against them. Fool! You can only hold the X-Men for as long as they consent to be held. Yes, at last, Magneto's been spotted. Where is he? That's none of your business, hero. You costumed clowns have already blown your chance at him. My people are perfectly capable of neutralizing him without your help. What am I to do? I am alone, hunted, in a foreign land, with neither friends nor funds. And yet, I could rectify all that within an instant. If only I dared employ the circuitry which I secretly rescued from my fallen satellite. That's him! Let's wait until he moves away from the crowd. But then, fate takes an unexpected hand as, watch it, buddy! Why don't you look where you're going? Hey, I know you! You're that freak that was on the news! The Mutie! That stupid tourist has ruined everything! Take him now! Get him! Somebody stop that lousy Mutie before he kills us all! Assassins springing around me. The fools! Would they continue to rush forward so eagerly if they truly knew how easily I could destroy them all? Stop him! Put him down! No, I must not! I will not! Instead, I'll merely hold them safely at bay with a simple magnetic field, while I continue to gather all of their bullets together. There, that should distract them long enough for me to make a good escape. But where can I go? Where can I find safety? Magneto, this way! Hurry! You have done well, Likio. You led us right to him. He was easy to find, Crawler. His aura is so powerful. Come on, Magneto. There's no time to delay. Who are you people? We are mutants, like yourself, and we've been sent to help you. Go with Likio and Crawler now. They will lead you to safety. I'll distract your pursuers. The ground! It suddenly becomes slippery as glass. Hurry! Slider's control over friction won't stop those humans for long. Do I dare trust these people? And if so, do I have the right to endanger their lives by allowing them to aid me? Magneto, are you coming? Yes. Sometime later. Welcome to the Galleria, Magneto. Welcome to our humble home. Why have I been brought here? Who are these people? Their eyes burn with fear and hatred. Good evening, my friend. I am known as the Light. I am the mutant with the annoying ability to know whenever anyone speaks the truth. An ability which has helped me to earn a small fortune in the business world. I have but one question. Who are you? Have I stumbled into a trap? Will my own words condemn me? I am called many names. Few of them fit for polite conversation. But I am known the world over as Magneto, the mutant master of magnetism. Rejoice, my people. He's telling the truth. He really is Magneto. Hail to the glorious one. The protector of the people. The champion of mutant kind. What is all this? You are the uncrowned king of mutants everywhere, and we are your humble servants. Legio can empathically sense other mutants, so we sent her and the others out to find you as soon as we learned that you were in Singapore. But why? To aid you in your war against humanity. Mankind has oppressed our people long enough. It's time we struck back. The Light sounds so much like I did before I turned away from my dreams of conquest. I no longer believe that war is the answer, my friend. Humans and mutants must learn to live together peacefully. Don't be ridiculous, Magneto. That's like trying to teach a gorilla how to fly. It only wastes your time and annoys the gorilla? Boom! At last, we've finally found Magneto. Look, he's holed up with a whole horde of mutants. Hit him hard! Don't give them a chance to use their weird powers against us. Enough! Stop this needless slaughter. A wave of magnetic force should stun them without killing them. Ah! The fools. Did they think that I would idly stand by while they murdered my people? Hurry, we must gather our wounded and move to another base before more humans can arrive. We wouldn't have had a chance without you, Magneto. You saved us, just like you can save all of mutant kind. Yes, I currently possess the power to free my people from the threat of humanity. Dare I use it? Meanwhile, I'm getting real tired of staring at these iron walls, as are we all, Rogue. What's the drill, Storm? We have bided our time, waiting for the local authorities to formally arrest us, or set us free. So far, they have been content to let us rot. We have been patient long enough, Wolverine. Right. Skrit! Hi, Chuckles. It's time to party! Pwang! Not bad. Dazzler's light blast managed to focus all their attention topside while I take the rear exit. Ta-ta, fellas. It's been real. They escaped so easily. They could have done it whenever they wished. Minutes later. I'm sorry we ever got involved in this anti-mutant witch hunt for Magneto. The man's a mass murderer, She-Hulk. We owe it to the world to do everything in our power to help bring him back to trial. But only if it's a fair trial. Suddenly, the X-Men have escaped, probably to rendezvous with Magneto. What are you waiting for? Get after them! Slow down, Mr. Ronalds. You have no authority over us. We may be sanctioned by the US government, but we don't work for it. I can't believe my ears. Your country and the world is counting on you. I never thought I'd live to see the day when the Avengers would fail to do their duty. Elsewhere, at that very moment, the Light originally brought this ship from the government, with the understanding that he would eventually transform it into a floating museum and a shopping mall. Lucky for us, they don't realize that he's been using it for a secret home for us mutants. Yes, lucky. You seem awfully preoccupied, Magneto. What exactly are you doing with that helmet? I am constructing a weapon, Likio. Perhaps the ultimate weapon. Pity the world, little one. From this moment on, it will never be the same again. Meanwhile, at last, I've finally picked up on Magneto's scent. Good, we were hoping you could lead us to him. We must bring him to justice. Captain Marvel? Uh-oh, I think we're in trouble again. There's no way we can outrun a woman who can travel at the speed of light. Mere moments later. Back off, Avengers! Surely you must realize that the times are such that no mutant can get a fair trial. Magneto is one of us, and X-Men take care of their own. Have a care, Wolverine. The mighty Thor trembles not at their ill-mannered threats. This is insane. The X-Men aren't criminals. Why are they siding with a man like Magneto? Silence! There is no need for you to fight. It's Magneto, and he's exerting some kind of powerful telepathic control over us. I can't move! I wish to consult with Captain America and the X-Men now! Incredible, he just whisked them away on waves of pure magnetic force. And there wasn't a darn thing we could do to stop him. And soon, what's the meaning of this, Magneto? And what did you do to the other Avengers? You never had mental powers like this before. You must have found something on that asteroid base of yours which crashed in Campeche. You are quite perceptive, Captain. I did recover certain circuitry. Circuitry which, when combined with my own magnetic powers, allows me to completely dominate any and every living mind I choose. I never used this circuitry before because Professor Charles Xavier, the former leader of the X-Men, was a telepath powerful enough to block its effects. But alias Professor Xavier is no longer on this planet. This is fantastic! You can use this new power to completely enslave mankind. No! I might have used it that way once, but I have recently modified it so that I can use it to remove all traces of prejudice, particularly that of mutants, from the collective mind of the human race. Children such as Lekio could grow up in a world free of blind, unreasoning hatred. Hey, that sounds great! Does it? Is it right to tamper with a man's mind? Even for such a noble cause? No way. Think of the lives you'd save. The wars that would be prevented. Captain America, you are an honourable man. Perhaps the most honourable man on the entire planet. I brought you here because I am unresolved and don't know what to do. What is your opinion? I'm afraid that I can't make things any easier for you, Magneto. You see, I believe in the sanctity of the individual. A man should be free to make up his own mind, have his own thoughts, even if that man is a bigot. Destroy the helmet before it's too late. No man was meant to wield such absolute power. No, you must use it for the good of your people. Listen to Cap, he's right. Enough! I have made my decision. I will use the helmet. On you, Captain! Ah! Speak, Captain. Tell me your opinion now, that I have totally eradicated any anti-mutant feelings you might have had. It hasn't changed. I still believe everything I said, for the same reasons. No, it isn't possible. I've always believed that all humans secretly hated mutants. But you didn't have any anti-mutant feelings. You never did. You have shamed me, Captain. I now realize that man and mutant must be trusting each other, if we are ever to achieve a peaceful coexistence. Perhaps I can begin that trust now, by surrendering myself to you. This is Ted Koppel reporting from the Palace of Justice in Paris, where a special tribunal of the International Court of Justice has been hastily convened to decide the fate of Magneto, the self-styled mutant master of magnetism. Sitting in judgment of this man, whom many believe is the greatest enemy of humanity since Adolf Hitler himself, will be three distinguished jurists: Alexandre Gilbert du Motier of France, Lady Janet Grace Southlander of England, and Gustave Roch Uderzo of Switzerland. Earlier today, a tense but peaceful crowd of onlookers watched as the Avengers arrived, escorting a band of unidentified costume mutants, who are believed to have been seen working with Magneto. I don't get it, Psylocke. Why are we in the United States while the other X-Men are in Paris? Storm didn't know what strings the Avengers pulled to allow the others to attend the trial, Longshot, but she wanted us to be held in reserve in case of trouble. I'm still new to all this stuff, and I really don't understand what's going on. I thought the X-Men were formed to protect their own kind, and to defend humanity from evil mutants. Magneto used to be one of the bad guys. He used to believe that the ends justified the means, and the only way he could guarantee the safety of mutant kind was by conquering the planet. He committed quite a few atrocities before he decided to change his tactics. My lords and lady, my client, the mutant known as Magneto, appears in this court for only one reason, so that he can file a motion objecting to his jurisdiction over him. Your Honour, the prosecution objects to this absurd... Please be seated, Sir Jaspers. I wish to hear Defence Counsel Haller's reasoning. Thank you, my lord. Magneto is a mutant who owes his allegiance only to his people and not to any country. He is the uninformed armoured force of mutant kind, and he claims for himself the same status any such force would have under any other state or its equivalent. Since his people have not signed the Geneva Conventions, he does not feel bound by them, and that includes the jurisdiction of this court over him. He neither consents to or recognises it. Your motion has been noted, Counsellor. And denied. Sir Jaspers, proceed to your first witness. State your full name, please. I am Admiral Gregor Mihailovich Suvorov. Admiral, you are currently the Commander-in-Chief of the Soviet Union's nuclear submarine force. In your own words, please tell the court what happened to the submarine Leningrad. The accused sunk it, killing her entire crew. Isn't it true that the Leningrad had fired on Magneto? Yes, but only after he had threatened to attack the Soviet Union. Thank you, Admiral. Let the record show that the Leningrad was acting in self-defense in response to Magneto's aggression. More witnesses are called. And the court learns that Magneto also used his power to create the volcano which devastated the Soviet city of Varekno, and that he deliberately destroyed aerospace installations in Australia and New Zealand. Time and again, Gabriel Haller raises objections to certain key testimonies, but the result is always the same. Objection denied. Please proceed, Sir Jaspers. My final witness is Captain America. Many people have already testified about Magneto's past villainy, but he claims that he's reformed, that he's learned the error of his past ways. In your opinion, Captain, is he telling the truth? I object, Your Honour. If it please the court, I am calling the good captain as an expert witness. He has unquestionable experience in regard to the superhuman criminals in general, and Magneto in particular. In this one specific instance, I believe his opinion has merit. The witness may answer the question. No, I do not believe that Magneto has really learned the error of his way, even though he himself may think he has. Thank you, Captain. This trial is a farce. Gabrielle is doing her best, but I don't have a chance. I never did. The Chief Justice has been prejudiced against me from the start. Why? What does he hope to gain? Doesn't he realize that the mutants across the planet will rise up in bloody revolt if I am condemned to death? I can only keep the peace and continue to serve my people if I am set free, and yet I vowed to accept this verdict of this court. How can I honour that vow knowing that so many innocents will die because of it? Sometime later. It's almost over. The judges have promised a verdict by tomorrow. It's been a fascinating opportunity to see international law in action. The issues are so complex. I suddenly feel strange. It's almost as if some outside force is tugging at me. Might as well check it out. I was right. Someone had been trying to communicate with me. on the electromagnetic spectrum, and he wants me to meet him across town. Captain Marvel, I must apologize for my abrupt summons, but I am certain that you will understand the need for this haste once I've explained the situation. What's wrong, Magneto? The world is on the brink of a devastating war, and you alone can help prevent it. You must fly to Singapore, find the girl Liko, and arrange with her sponsor, a mutant known as the Light, to send her here immediately. Why? What's happened? I finally realized why Chief Justice Drew Motier has been against me from the very start. He's secretly a mutant himself, a radical, who means to martyr me. Liko can detect other mutants. I need to expose Dumotier before he can use my death to spark an insane war between mutant kind and humanity. I think you're grasping at straws, Magneto, but the Avengers did promise you a fair trial, so I'll do what I can to help. Converting her body into living energy, Captain Marvel streaks across the globe at the speed of light, unaware that Magneto's consciousness rides magnetically alongside. And barely a moment later, there's the ship Magneto described. I just hope his friends are still here. But inside, my God. You were with the ones who took Magneto from us. He could have prevented this. What happened here? Who did this? Crazies. Magneto's trial brought them out of hiding, made them think it's safe to hunt, to kill us. But we'll strike back. I gathered up Magneto's old helmet and his discarded circuitry as a symbol of our strength, our fury. The girl Liko, where is she? She was our most precious flower, our hope, our future. There she lies, as broken and twisted as all our other dreams. Later, as Captain Marvel flashes back towards Paris, that old man begged me not to notify the authorities. Other mutants were already on their way over to treat the wounded, and he feared for their safety as well. Perhaps I shouldn't have listened to him. It's only been about 10 minutes since I left Magneto. I have plenty of time for a small detour. To look in on Chief Justice Drew Motier while I'm still invisible in my neutrino form. It was an extremely difficult decision to render Alexandre. Indeed, Lady Sutherland, especially when one considers the current anti-mutant climate in the world. Condemning Magneto to death could very well ignite a war between mutants and men. Of course, from mankind's point of view, now is a time for such a war, when it could win. Who knows how powerful mutants could grow in the future? To mankind, I would prefer to drink to justice. Your words smack of racism. Minutes later. So Dumotier is human? I knew he wanted war, but I totally misinterpreted the reason. And they've decided to condemn me. No, I couldn't tell which way they voted. Please leave me now. I must prepare myself for tomorrow. But, please, I wish to be alone. As you wish. I gave my word to abide by the court's decision. But, how can I meekly submit to my fate when it may cause the extermination of mutant kind? Am I rationalizing? Is it only death I really fear? No, I cannot permit the slaughter of my people. I must be strong and concentrate. Concentrate! And mere moments later, Harper rolled away. Behold! The hour of our vengeance is at hand. Early the next morning, statements which made Dumotier sound like a racist. We have no proof that he actually holds those opinions, or that he let them affect his judgment in the case. Shh! Magneto just entered the courtroom. The faces of the X-Men grow grim. They expect the worst. They are really disappointed. However, at that precise instant, a fuse box 3 floors below suddenly chooses to malfunction. And the lights! Of all the times for a blackout, it will take a few minutes before repairs can be made. I would prefer to spend that time in solitude, of course. This couldn't be mere coincidence. Magneto's stalling for time. Why? What's the plan? We'll be right outside. Thank you. Can't let my concentration slip. The strain is incredible. But I can't fail. It's so close. Only a few miles more and... Crash! That sounded like a window shattering. Hey, the door's stuck. It won't open. Bwam! Bwam! Pound all you want, fools. I need only a few moments to adjust this circuitry. There! What's wrong with me? Why do I hesitate? I'm only doing what must be done. I really don't have any choice. I never did. Ah! Chief Justice, are you well? Please forgive me. I must now obliterate this helmet and its circuitry so that I can never be tempted by it again. And then, the door, it suddenly flew open. Are you alright? What happened to that window? Window? What window? Shouldn't we be heading back to the courtroom? The subject of these proceedings is the threshold question. Does this court have jurisdiction? Does it have the right to try the accused for violating the protocols of the international laws of war? That question must be answered long before this court can even begin to judge whether or not Magneto has exceeded the acceptable boundaries of force associated with conventional warfare. Magneto is accused of crimes against humanity. After hearing the evidence presented here, this court rules that these alleged crimes were in fact committed during that period of time when Magneto was in a state of war against the human race. Only states or their equivalents have the right to declare war. Therefore, in this courtroom, Magneto must be accorded the same rights and privileges as any other warring state. Since he has never signed the Geneva Conventions, it is the opinion of the court that it has no jurisdiction over the accused. While Magneto may have violated the laws of certain individual states and nations, and may still be liable to their justice, this court has no right to judge him. He is free to go. Congratulations! You made it! Yes. Why aren't the other judges raising their voices in protest over Doom Motier's sudden change of heart? Or was I wrong about him? Is this the verdict he had always planned for me? How can I ever know the truth? Be careful, it looks like the start of a riot outside. The trial was fixed! That maniac deserves death! Why didn't I anticipate this? Keep that freak off the streets! I was so concerned with the effects my death would have on the mutant kind. I never once considered how much my freedom would enrage mankind, would increase their hatred and fear of us. Will this set off the war that I feared and sound the death knell of mankind? What have I done? What have I done?